Carty Show. I'm the host, Linnet Carty, and it's so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here because I've been out for about 6 weeks. I broke my ankle. Don't ask me how I broke it. I'll tell you guys about that later. But today I have a very, very special treat for you. And so women, if you're at home and even thinking about touching that remote, don't do it, because have I got a treat for you. I have an all-male cast coming up. So take a quick peek at this very short video clip.
District Garden and Mother, we're getting multiple shots fired.
Unit 252 respond on shots fired at Greenfield the Mother.
Tell me why.
The streets done changed.
Welcome back to the Linnet Carty Show, and it's my pleasure joining me today as my guest, Mark Manson, who is the producer, executive producer, and co-creator of Second District.
Yep.
It's the clip that you guys just saw, and with him, the director, Rashad Fresh. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, thank you.
So Mark, tell me, first of all, how did this whole idea even come to you?
Well, I'm a TV fanatic. Excuse me. I'm a TV fanatic, so I love watching TV. I love watching, a lot of cop shows. And a lot of times I look at reality of things versus just trying to enjoy what the show is all about.
And you're a police officer.
I'm a police officer. Yeah, I'm a police officer in Hartford. I've been here for going on 14 years now. Just driving around and seeing a lot of things, my mind is always going on. I was like, wow, if we can do a police drama in Hartford, it would be great. It would be entertaining. We'll have some funny sides, we'll have some sad sides, we'll have a gritty side, but all in all, it's going to be a very good police drama. That's been in my mind forever. One day, I was at work and we're transporting someone to Hartford Police.
Lock
up.
Right.
And we just started talking, because I talk to everybody. I've been in the back of my car, and I can have, prisoners in the back of my car. I just talk because I'm, you can call it I'm being a little nosy or just being interested, in how people are, or whatever the case may be. And I started talking to Felix Soto. And we actually just started talking about TV shows and how he liked, TV shows, cop shows, or the type of shows that he liked and how I like. And then we started talking a little bit about The Wire. And the next thing you know, The Wire was off the air at that time. I just came up with this crazy idea. I was like, what happens if we created a TV show? Well, that would be crazy. And he said, yeah, that would be crazy. And I said, what happens if you created like the bad guys, I created the good guys, and we just took it from there? Well, after that, I dropped Felix off. I haven't seen him for about 4 or 5 months. He actually saw me on a motor vehicle stop. I was on Greenfield and Deerfield Street on a motor vehicle stop. He drove by me and he pulled over. And then next thing you know, I walked up to the car. We started talking about that. He goes, ever since we had that conversation, I've been thinking about it. I says, what? I've been kind of thinking about it too. And then we started talking more. I says, listen, Felix, here's my phone number. Just give me a call and we'll just see what happens from there. Well, that night he called me. And then we just immediately just started talking about the episodes, what episodes can be about, and plots and characters. And I was like, man, this really sounds like a good idea. So we, created officially, if you want to call it, the show. And I came up with the title. I didn't want it to be like a police title, but I just wanted it to be something like kind of in the middle. So Second District represents, the police department where they patrol, but it also going to represent the people that live in that particular area. So it's not like a particular section of the city. It's just what we came up with. It's fictional. And then we started. It was funny because we just started doing things over the phone. I would have my computer in my lap, and I was like, okay, Felix, start talking about the bad guys. And he was just starting. I would start typing, phones falling out of my ear. I says, listen, we can't work like this. We gotta, meet up. So then we went to the bookstores, and we're trying to do it in there, but Felix was kind of loud. And people were looking at us, says, listen, we can't do it like that. So then I said, let's go to my car. So we went in my car, and that's where we started. Just that's when I would meet up with him. And
from the streets.
Right. But I mean, even before that, I never considered myself a writer. So when I came up with the concept, I actually wanted to get someone else to write it. And and then I was talking to people, people that have been with me from the very beginning. Annette Joins and Don Williams, who's an attorney out of Groton, Connecticut. they were like, you got to write this.
Yeah, you got to
You
write
got it.
it.
And I was like, no, I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer. He goes, you got to write this. And then that's when I called Felix up and said, listen, we got to do this. And then we just started writing, and it just went from there.
So you wrote it, you started looking for people, for actors.
Right.
And then what happened?
Well, before that even started, what happened was I met a guy that was doing a documentary on Hartford. His name is Jeff Tyler. Jeff Tyler is a professor at the Central Connecticut State University, and Rashad was a student at Central Connecticut State University. So when I was talking to Jeff, I was like, Jeff, man, you know, I didn't know him that well, you know, so I was like, listen, this is my idea. Can you help me out? And Jeff was like, well, you know, I'm kind of busy, but I know somebody who will be the perfect person that could help you. And he told me it was Rashad, and then I tried multiple times to get a hold of Rashad. He wasn't calling me back. I go to Jeff, I was like, listen, this guy's not calling me back. So finally, we ended up connecting and met up with Rashad. I think it was last
year.
Yeah, it was last year, around this time, because it was like February. And he had with him Pierre Coleman. And Pierre's been in the business for a while, and he was actually on The Wire season 5.
Yeah, he worked behind the scenes on The Wire.
So you know, then once we officially, I kind of pitched it to him. Rashad liked it right away. Pierre liked it right away. So having those two on board, it was from there. That point on, it was the domino effect. It was just because they knew people. It just went, and you know, and then we just, you know, it was funny because Pierre was like, "Well, when do you want to film this?" And I was like, "May." He's like, "Do you know what goes on? All your pre-production and everything?" I'm like, "No, but I want to film in May." So he goes, "You better back that down a little bit, maybe June or July." And if it's going to be June, the end of June, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
So Rashad, give us a little peek about all of that, how they get started, and your experience in working with it. How you feel?
The pre-production, it was like 2 months, but it was actually.
Tell everybody what that entails, because I know people at home
pretty much
really
is
aren't
like
sure.
Finding the actors. Excuse me, my voice. Finding the actors, locations, getting all the logistics, paperworks done properly. More so behind the scenes stuff. But it was only 2 months. Like for this project, like when he first came to me with the project, and I saw like the extremity, I was kind of like blown away, and I was like, you know what? This is like a multi-million-dollar budget, I was like, I don't know, the city of Hartford gonna allow.
But you made it work.
Oh yeah, we did it. It was a task, but it's all about improvising. It was a lot of stuff that we had to take out of the script due to budget restrictions and all that stuff. But for the most part, it came out good. We had a lot of obstacles, a lot of fires to put out, which we still do to this day. But
I think it's fabulous.
Thank you.
I had a chance to see it, and it is awesome. You can go online and see it for those of you at home, 2nd District. And first of all, being a native of Hartford for me, I just want to say thank you. You've put Hartford on the map. Number 2, you have just blown us up. Blow up situation, or as we say in Jamaica, then big us up, you see, really big us up. And what I love about it is it's real. It shows the good, the bad, the happy, the sad. And those are things that happen in every city. I don't care if it's New York, Philly, Boston, California. There is crime everywhere. There are good souls everywhere. There are fine men everywhere. But today they in the studio, y'all. They in the studio. So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for showing Hartford in a good light, because I see it as all, people might say, some of that stuff is bad. They're showing Hartford. No, all of it is a good light because it's a spotlight on Hartford, and there's good and bad everywhere. So I just really, really appreciate that. And those of us that love Hartford, we know that. We know there's Hartford, we know there's Bloomfield, we know there's Windsor, and there's pockets of whatever every single place you go. And so I'm just happy that you chose us to do that here, because you could have gone anywhere with that. You could have gone anywhere. So I appreciate that.
It was a little easier too, because it's what I know. And the thing is to really, bring the movie industry. That's what I would love to do. I mean, I love TV. I was in the military. I was stationed in LA. I was stationed in New York. I see the movie crews out there, and I was like, man, I really would like to. That was just a goal. And we all sometimes say how we wish we can. Everybody that I can even think of wish they were like an actor, or had some kind of a connection with the entertainment business. And I always wanted that, and I was like, it's just a dream, it'll, whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. But, you know, I like to pursue things. I like to pursue them, especially when I'm given a task. You know, someone told me I don't really read books, and they said that, and a guy, you know, made a bet that I couldn't write one.
Oh,
just
I
because
love that.
just because it was out there,
Don't you
I
love
wrote
that?
it. Yeah,
Yes,
I
exactly.
said, listen, you know, but this is really, it's gonna, you know, I want to provide whatever I can, you know, to the city. I mean, there's a lot of ideas that I have.
And we
in
got
store.
some talented people here.
Yes, yes,
Talented
yes.
people in the city. You're going to meet some of them, so stay with us. Right now, you're going to see another clip from 2nd District, and when we come back, you'll get to meet a couple of the actors. Stay with us.
Back in the project, you get money, then be who's next. You move weight, then be who's next. Take it how you want it, I don't make no threat.
Wow, welcome back. Wasn't that exciting? I'm Linnet Carty. Welcome back to the Linnet Carty Show. And that segment you have just seen has been from the 2nd District. And here with me for this segment, again, is Mark Manson, who is the executive producer and co-creator of the 2nd District. And next to him is actor Phil Simone. And next to Phil is, I'm going to mess it up, all right, Mike? I'm going to try it. Actor Mike.
Give it a good shot.
I'm going to give it a good shot. Di Jacinto.
Ah, que bellissimo.
Ah, good, good, good. So tell
Thanks
us a little
for
bit
having
about
me
what
on
we
that.
just saw in that little clip there. These two guys getting hard-nosed with, who was the female officer in that clip?
That was
The
Gisela.
chief. That was Gisela. So
Big
tell us
boss.
a little bit about that, and then I want you guys to tell me about your scenes in that.
Well, Gisela is a retired New York City police sergeant, and she auditioned for the part, and you know, she got the part. And that particular scene is when there was a shooting that just went down, and Captain Womack, who's played by Mike, was supposed to have reports ready for her because she's going to have to present her report to the mayor, and Mike doesn't have the report ready. So the assistant chief here is
A little upset. Just
yeah,
a
he's
little bit.
upset, but
Just a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
So tell us about that,
I'm
Phil.
kind of on his case. You know, there's some internal things going on. I want to be chief. I want to step up, and we have kind of something going on. And I was pretty on his case at that point. You know.
Kind of throwing me under the bus in front of the big boss.
Yeah, I would say throwing him under the bus for sure. You know, but it's a great scene.
It was a great scene.
But somewhere in the back of my head, I think this is part of a little coup d'etat we have going on. It may maybe making me look bad in public, but I think behind the scenes, we're not quite sure where this is going yet, but we think this is kind of connected to what we're involved with as far as Assistant Chief Scabelli's plan here. It's a little
Now,
conniver
Rashad
here.
Frett was just on. He's the director. He was just on the last segment. Tell us how it was to work with Rashad and how you guys did that scene and about how many takes it took you and getting a feel for the part and all those good things.
Well, that scene, 2 or 3 takes I think we did on that. We tried from different angles, different sounds. I remember at one point a train came by and killed it. We had to start it over, but everything went pretty smooth on the set. We got things done relatively quickly. We had great writer, great producer, great director. I mean, it was a terrific experience. It really was. You knew from the time you got on that set things were going to go good. We had a great time. Everybody was so nice. You just wanted to get to work.
A lot of fun, yes.
Yeah, it's got to be that way. Otherwise, things don't work.
Now, I know you came from New York, and I
Right.
know you've been in a couple of other things. How has this production been different from the other productions you've been a part of?
The people I worked with. I mean, I love working with Mark. We had so much fun on the set. I had my gun belt on, and you know, in between takes, I was busting him for something.
Yeah.
You know, I asked him if he was walking while he was intoxicated. You know,
He tried to arrest Mark once. I don't know what that was about.
Right. I just stayed in character the whole time. We just had so much fun. Everybody was so respectful.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
How about for you, Mike?
Yeah, I had a blast. I mean, even from the very start, going back to your first question, like Shad was great, and Mark, about really giving us the flexibility and freedom to kind of make sure we did our own preparation, come in and kind of do the scene the way we saw it as best as possible. And Shad was great. He gave us a lot of freedom to kind of play things the way we had it in our head and however it played out in the scene. And yeah, really great group of guys to work with. We're really hoping for big things with this because I'd love to come to work every day with these guys. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and the
absolutely.
writing, you know, it's every actor's dream to have good writing to work on.
Bingo.
Yeah, great writing.
So how do you feel about their performances?
Their performances was good. It was funny when we went down to New York to audition. When Mike and Phil, Rashad was next to me, and I was like, "That's them." Especially when he walked in, I was like, "There he is!"
Yes, he's got the look. He's got the look.
He had it. I said, "That's him." I was like, "We got to get him. We got to get him." But I left the decisions up to Rashad as far as who I didn't want to interfere. I didn't want to micromanage anything. I kind of sometimes like try to throw my little 2 cents in, like, sure, you're sure, you're sure, you know. But you know, we were in agreement with pretty much everyone that got the part in the show. But when Phil walked in and then when Mike walked in, I was like, I said, there's my Womack and there's my Sabelli. You know, those were those guys. But you know, and then Rashad agreed, and you know, here they were. Nice. Pulled them in.
Nice. So tell us about some of your expectations for where this is going to go.
That's for me. Well, I would like to get it on network television.
Yes.
I mean, we're being looked at by a lot of networks. Right now we're on the internet television called Simply Me TV. I've teamed up with...
and say that again, it's simplymetv.com. That's another place that you can go and see
right.
the full version.
Yeah, it's actually www.simplymetv. No, it's simplymE.tv.
Okay.
/2D/2nd-district.html.
Okay, we'll get that. We'll
the
have
graphics flashing right now.
Yeah, we'll have the graphic flashing at the bottom.
I had to remember that because I was giving it to a lot of people, and I started memorizing. I was, I'm never going to remember this, but I did.
You do.
Yeah, and the hits on that site, like within 7 days, we went over 73,000 hits.
Yeah, it's a
you
lot.
know, and then
I saw a YouTube clip that had over 60,000 hits
we're
on
like
that, on the short clip alone.
62,000.
Yeah.
So what the whole goal is, even with these guys here, is bring some good actors in and just tell a good story. I mean, like Phil's my villain type guy. I mean, he's the type of guy where you kind of want to hate him, but you're not quite sure. Right. And then you're going to determine, probably toward the end of the first season, like, I hate this guy. Every time you see him, geez, here he is. And then Mike over there is like, stand up, take a stand. Don't let this guy bully you, So, we got like attitudes in all these characters, even in the bad guys. You're gonna like. Actually, if you're a good guy. That's my
next question. Tell us a little bit about some of the gang members.
Yeah,
that are in
and
there.
we got some of them here too.
Yeah,
and you're gonna like some of them. You're gonna like some of them, and you're gonna, Sin is the type of guy that is like a no nonsense guy. He's just the guy that comes out. The rules have been made. You violate these rules, you're gonna be dealt with. And Chino, who's played by Lo Dion, who's here. Yeah. He's more of a politician type guy. He likes to, why stir the pot when we don't need to? Everything's working fine. We don't need to, add any excess drama to them. So those two guys are gonna clash, because you got Sin that wants to go out and do his thing, and Lo Dion, who's the leader of the gang, fictional gang, who I made up, 9 Deuce. Kind of like wants to run it his way. So when you get those two intertwining with each other, of course,
there's going to be a little conflict.
It's going to be conflict.
All right.
And then with Phil and Velasquez, who plays the chief, it's all dealt differently. Of course, if you cross the lines as far as internally in a gang, it's dealt with that way, or on the street. And if you do it on the police department, we're at a professional level, it's dealt with in a different way. So we got real, high climax dramas at the end. I mean, it's gonna be good.
Oh, it's fabulous! It's fabulous, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't even touch the remote. We are going to be right back. Watch this next clip on 2nd District.
You see anything? The 2nd District, the most dangerous area in Hartford. If you're assigned to this district, you will be challenged. In Hartford, there's no way me and these thugs can exist in the same place.
Welcome back, and what you've just seen has been another clip from the 2nd District. Hot, isn't it? Hot. I mean, blow smoke hot. Speaking of blowing smoke, back in the back there joining us for this segment is John Randolph. Welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And right in front of John is Lo Dion.
How you doing?
And Steve Pepler.
Hello.
And of course, the co-creator and executive producer, Mark Manson. So I'm going to start with you back there, John. Tell us about that scene that we just saw with all that smoke.
Well, actually, that scene is a crazy scene, because the funny thing about it is I don't even smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes at all. I don't like cigarettes. I'm highly against them. But for that scene, I actually we had to do a lot of takes, because, we had to make sure everything was all set and right. And so I was smoking, and I was inhaling at the beginning. So by the time I was getting to my 8th or 9th cigarette, it was just like the smoke was killing me at that point. So it was a fun scene overall. Like I said before, I'm not really a smoker, but you know, at the end of the day, we had to go through so many different, you know, cuts and redos because the wind was blowing. But after a while, we got it down pat and ended up being a good shot.
Is this your first time acting?
Yeah, it's actually my first time. I did a few things just, you know, just for fun on the side, but this is like my first time actually being able to be in front of the big screen, I guess you could say.
All right, and you're from New Britain?
Yeah, I'm currently in New Britain, and I go to Central Connecticut State University. I major in psychology and minoring in music, and just like I said, just doing acting for fun, so I thought it was a good opportunity.
That's awesome, awesome. Lo Dion, tell us about your role in 2nd District.
Well, I play character Chino, and he's actually first in command. He's the leader of the crew, and he's more like not street as his crew is. His crew's like, they kind of wild. Like, he's more like, he thinks about things before he does it.
The brains.
Exactly. And he's I mean, he's like he does everything that a hustler should do, but his crew, they don't want anything to do with him as far as doing it my way. So they want to knock me off, but that's going to be kind of hard.
Because you can outfox them with those brains.
Exactly. Exactly. And I got a lot of money, so.
Okay. Nice, nice. And has this been your first time acting as well?
No, actually, no.
Okay.
Not at all. I'm kind of like a seasonal actor. Right. Yeah, I have a couple things that I've done that's coming out, actually, too. One of them is The A Black Story with Fred Joe Starr and China Lane from Precious. Yeah, and then I have another movie coming out, Super Capitalist, with Linus Roche from Law and Order. And I have another movie, To Be King, that's coming out very soon with Nigel Harvey, director Steve Rahaman. And, you know, I'm working.
Nice.
I'm working, so God is good.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome. So Steve, tell us about your role in 2nd District.
Well, first of all, I'm not an actor. I'm not in anything. I have nothing coming out. Holy cow. Oh, my character, I'm a police officer. I've been on a job a while. And
police officer where? I know people at home want to know where.
In Hartford.
In Hartford.
No, but even the part I play, I'm a police officer in Hartford. I've been on the job a while, somewhat seasoned, a little grizzly about some things, just because I have some experiences. So, obviously, when the opportunity came for me to play the part, you know, really? Seemed like a no-brainer, you know?
Yeah. And he wasn't even going to show up at the audition.
What?
He wasn't going to show up. We're in the middle of the auditions, me with Shad Pierre, and he calls me up. Oh, I'm not going to do this. I can't do this. I'm not an actor. Yeah, Steve, come down. Just come down and do it. Yeah. You're a cop, so, you know, you're playing the role of a cop. It shouldn't be. Plus, you're an actor at work, so.
Oh, he's a comedian, all right. I was teasing these guys, ladies, so you know, because I know all of you, those that know me well, will be calling me, asking me, who's single? He's fine. Oh my God. Ask me how I'm doing first. And then you can ask me if the guys are single. So he was big fun, joking around.
Yeah, but listen, when the time came to audition, you know, I mean, I went down there and I was so out of my element. You know what I mean? I'm looking around. There's people. They're loud. They're soft. They're moving. And I'm looking at them thinking, these people are acting, and you know,
Just want to be yourself.
I'm a clown. I'm not an actor. You know? But whatever. Somehow, some way, I read the part that they wanted me to audition, and you know, coming from Mark, it's something that pretty much any police officer, especially in the inner city, has experienced. So I knew exactly what they wanted me to say, how they wanted me to say it, because it's something I imagine in about a dozen or so times I've experienced. So whatever, one thing led to another, and here I am.
Nice, nice.
It was a real cool experience.
So Mark, give us your overall feeling on you got all your actors in here, you've got your director here. I'm going to bring everyone back out in just a few minutes. How you're feeling, how pumped up you are, and
it's unbelievable. I mean, to be at the level that I'm at, you know, I didn't get here by myself. It was all these guys here that helped me out. David Wenzel.
Yeah, name some of the other actors that are in it that aren't here today.
These are guys that are co-executive or executive producers also with me that really brought the show to where it's at. David Wenzel, he's out of New York. Rick Lohman, who's also out of Don Williams, who I mentioned before, an attorney out of Groton, Connecticut. and Annette Joins, who's out of DC, who's just been part of the project from the very beginning. Those people, you know, along with all these people, really got it to where it's at. So I remember when I was writing the script, you know, or me and Felix would get together, and after we were done or whatever the case, and I would go to my house, and you know, I was like, I would read every character, you know, reading the scripts, and then to actually have the auditions and to see all these guys, it was kind of touching. I was like, wow, you know, it's not me portraying all these characters and just reading my own lines. It's people that are bringing these lines to life, and that's what they all did. They all brought it to life, and it's, you know, I'm living the dream right now. I mean, I can't believe where I'm at. You know, and
are you going to get emotional right now?
He can.
I'm not going to get emotional. It's
okay.
He ruined the moment right there.
He's a whole character. I think it's fabulous.
But it's just, you know, and one thing that I want to say is I listen to a lot of people. I listen to what's being said out there, you know, especially like on Facebook, where people would give me advice. You know, this is ours, but it's also the city of Hartford's show. So any ideas that you have, you know, it was some good, majority of the feedback is good. You get a little negative here or there, but 99% of the feedback is good. And they're like, oh, well, you know, when Felix was up on the roof doing that roof shot, they go, hey, we don't wear Adidas in Connecticut. We wear Timbs and we wear Nike. That will be a change. So if you got ideas out there, let me know. You know, Facebook me. I'm on Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook fan, but I'm here because of, I'm on it because of the show. But you know, pump me your ideas, you know, and you know, we can incorporate that stuff into the show. But as far as where I'm at, it's, you know, I just can't believe it. You know,
well, I know people at home are probably wondering, what's the next step? When can we see more episodes? Are you writing? Are you looking for writers? Are you looking for more actors? All those types of things.
Well, right now, I'm in the process of writing the actual the pilot episode, and it's intense. I got a couple writers that joined onto the team, and as a matter of fact, we're going to be meeting today, and you know, we're going to get that first pilot done. Once we get the pilot completed and it's written, and then we're going to see where we stand as far as what the networks are, and then from, you know, if they say, hey, you know, we want 6 episodes, 12 episodes, or whatever the case, then we'll just go into full steam. But
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, I'm going to leave a little bit of time so I can take us out with one last clip from 2nd District. It's been a pleasure having you. Handsome gentlemen here. You guys are just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Aren't they, ladies? They are gorgeous. I know everybody's like, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules at home. They are gorgeous. So thank you so much, Mark Manson, Steve Pepler, Lo Dion, John Randolph, Mike Simone, Phil Simone, I'm sorry, Rashad Fred, and Mike DiGiacinto. DiGiacinto? Okay, DiGiacinto. Thank you so much for watching the Linnet Carty Show, and I promise you, you will see more of 2nd District. Thanks for watching. And remember, I love you more than I love cooked food.